all are fit and fine at your places. Myself Priyanka Joshi in front of you presenting a topic of science. So students, in our previous video we have started the chapter 4, that is heat. In that we have discussed about heat, the hot and cold bodies and temperature, and about the measuring device through which we measure the temperature of a body. There are two types of thermometer through which we measure the temperature of a particular body. The two types are clinical thermometer and the second one is laboratory thermometer. So students, today we are going to discussing about the methods of transfer of heat. So our today's topic is transfer of heat. How the heat transferred from one body to the another body. This we will discuss in today's lecture. Okay student. So student, generally the heat transfer from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. In other words, you can say that also the heat always transfer from the hot body to the cold body. In previous video, I have discussed one experiment also. In that, we take a hot milk in a glass and a cold water in another bowl. When we put the milk of glass in a bowl of a water, after some time the milks became cold and the water become hot. Okay, so there is a transfer of heat from the glass of hot milk to the cold water. So the heat transfer takes place from always to hot body towards the cold body. Let's take example of your daily routine. In the kitchen, when your mama cooks the food, she put a pan on the gas. So due to the flame, the pan become hot, and when you remove the pan from the flame, after some time it cools down. So what happens? How it becomes cool? So the heat from the pan transfer to its surrounding because the surrounding medium is cool. So students, as a result of heat flow, the temperature of the hot body falls down and the temperature of the colder body rises. Okay student? So the flow of energy, flow of heat stops when the temperature of both the bodies become equal. Understand students? I am explaining you in Hindi also. Students, hot body जब हीट ट्रांसफर करती है तो उसका टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है एंड कोल्डर बॉडी का टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाता है. ओके, एंड इट हैपेंस टिल द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द बोथ द बॉडीज बिकम सिमिलर, इक्वल. जब तक दोनों बॉडी का टेम्परेचर इक्वल नहीं होता है तब तक की हीट का ट्रांसफर होता है. क्लियर? सो स्टूडेंट्स, देयर आर 3 methods through which the temperature or the heat transfer measure. Okay, so the methods are, first one is conduction, second is convection, convection, and the third one is radiation. So student, these are the three methods through which the transfer of heat from one body to the another body measure. Okay, so student, let's discuss these three methods one by one. So students, before starting these three methods that are the methods of transfer of heat, let's understand the two main points that are the conductors and the second one is insulators. What are these? Okay student, so please listen carefully. Conductors are the good conductor of electricity. Conductors are those substances which pass heat through them. Okay student, so aluminium, copper, steel, iron, these all are the example of conductors. Okay, when we touch the any portion of the steel, aluminium, iron, if it is burning, so we feel the hotness at every end. Okay, so these are the conductors. They are the good conductor of heat. And the insulators are those objects which do not pass heat through them. They are the poor conductor of heat. Okay, they do not pass heat through them. Clear? So the wood and the plastic, wood and plastic are the insulators. Okay, if a piece of a plastic burn, so the heatness cannot be feel at the another end of the plastic. So that is the bad conductor of electricity, or you can say poor conductor of heat. Okay, so I hope these two topics are clear to you. Okay, conductors can pass heat through them and insulators cannot pass heat through them. So students, first we discuss about conduction. What is conduction? Students, conduction is when the heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end. This is the conduction. Okay student, let's see with the help of one example. Suppose we are taking a copper wire and place it on a flame. Okay, suppose this is a copper wire and we are placed it in a flame of a burning calender. Okay, so after some time, this is the hotter end of the copper wire and this one is the colder end. And after some time, after 2-3 minutes, we will feel hotness in this end also, in the colder end also. So this is the transfer of heat from the hotter end to the colder end. This process is known as conduction. Okay student?
In this module, you will learn how heat is transferred by the process of conduction. There are some examples which will help you in understand the process of conduction. Let's see when the food is cooked in the kitchen. The pan became hot and the food inside it also hot. Why? What happens? Why this happen? So the heat from the burner transfer into the pan. This is the conduction. The flow of heat through a solid is known as conduction. Now let's take some another example. With the help of the activity, understand the process of the conduction. For that, we have to first take the iron rod and a stand and some iron nails and a candle. Take some melted wax in a bowl and fix the iron rod in the stand as shown in this figure. Take a nail and dip the head of the nail in the wax and keep the nail in the iron rod. Paste it there and the difference is same. Now burn the candle and place it at one end of the iron rod. Now what will you observe? What happens after some time? You will observe that the first nail, which is nearer to the candle or heat, first fall, after that the second nail is fall, after that third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Thus, this indicates that the heat transfer from the hotter region to the colder region. So, how the heat is transferred? This is the main question. Now, let's understand. When a solid is heated, the molecules of the particles at the heated end vibrates and start moving towards the another molecule. Heat molecules move uniformly throughout the length of the rod. Do all these substances conduct heat in the same way? No. Substances that passes heat from them are called good conductor of heat. Iron, copper, steel are the good conductor of heat. Substances those does not pass heat from them are bad conductor of heat or insulators. Plastic, thermocol, glass, wood, rubber are the bad conductor of heat. In this module, you have learned conduction is the flow of heat through a solid from a hotter region to a colder region without the movement of solid. During conduction in a solid, heat is transferred along the body of the solid from one particle to another without the movement of the particles. Substances that conduct heat well are called good conductors of heat. Substances that do not conduct heat are called poor conductor of heat or insulators. So this is all about the conduction.
Student, next is convection. What is convection? Please listen. Convection is the process when water heats up. Okay, so the particles of water which are near to the source of heat, it becomes hot first. Okay, after some time it moves to the upward direction and the other water molecules particles those are present inside by comes near to the source of the heat and after that they become heated and this process continue, then they transfer upwards and the other particles come, they become heated. So this process continue till the whole water of the pen become hot. Okay, so simply I'm going to say this. Suppose take an example, we put a water in a pan. ठीक है, तो first the water that is present at the bottom boil. After some time it comes to the upward. Okay, and the water molecules present in the upward direction, they go inside for hotness. Okay, so in this process the whole water of the pan becomes hot. So this is the convection, the movement of heat from particles to particles. So student, this process continue till the whole water of the pen gets heated. So this transfer of heat is known as convection. Let's see with the help of this video.
Applications of convection current. Chimneys. Smoke and gases from factories and houses rise up the chimneys due to convection currents. Land and sea breezes. Water is cooled and heated more slowly than the land. Hence, temperature variation among oceans, lakes, and rivers are not very much. The property of water to heat up and cool down slower than land is responsible for sea breeze in coastal areas. During the day, land heats up more than the water in the sea. The warm air above the land rises up. This causes cool air to blow from sea to land. At night, land cools faster than sea. This causes cool winds blow from land to sea. It is because of these winds that coastal areas are neither very hot nor very cold.
So student, next is radiation. So what is radiation? How the heat transfer from radiation. Student, radiation does not require any medium. Okay, as you see, in winters we come out for sunlight and the sun gives us heat or we feel hotness when we sit on the sunlight. So how we get the heat from the sun as the sun is so far away from us. So the process by which the sun gives us heat, by which we feel the hotness from the sun is known as radiation. Clear student? Through the medium of radiation, we get the sunlight.
Radiations. If you stand in front of fire on a winter day, you feel hot. The heat you receive certainly does not come to you by conduction or convection. Here, you receive heat by a third way in which heat energy is transferred from one body to another in exactly the same manner as the light is transferred from one place to another. In radiation, heat is transmitted from one body to another in a straight line in all directions and at a very great speed without the aid of the intermediate particles and without heating the medium through which it passes. Heat is transmitted from the sun to the earth by radiation. When we say that the sun radiates heat and this heat is called radiant heat. All hot objects, solid, liquid, and gases radiate heat. The amount of heat radiated by a hot body depends on its temperature and its color and nature.
So student, next is kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. We usually prefer to wear warm clothes during summer season because after wearing the warm clothes such as jacket, sweater, scarf, mufflers, gloves, we feel hotness. They provide heat to our body. Okay student, and in summer season we prefer to wear a light color cloth. Simply half shirt we wear in the summer. Okay student, so there are the particular types of clothes that we wear in a particular type of season. So student, in today's lecture we discuss about the transfer of heat. There are three medium of transfer of heat. First is conduction, second is convection and the third is radiation. Along with this, we discuss the two topics that are conductors and the insulators. Okay, students, and some part of the types of clothes that we wear according to the seasons. So, this all we discuss in today's lecture. I hope you all understand the today's topic very well. And for any doubt and query, please ask to your science teacher, that is Priyanka Joshi. Okay, student, be safe, be healthy, and stay in your home. Thank you so much.